morning, everyone. Welcome back to the online class. As you know that we have completed this chapter, right, playing fair, in which we have seen what were the qualities needed for being a successful sportsman. That was determination, positive attitudes, patience, self-motivation, confidence, discipline. These all the things you can further go for another qualities also for being a successful, yeah, being a successful sportsman. Okay, we have seen a chapter which is based on Mary Kom lifestyle and what she achieved, how she got inspired, and how she encouraged our Indian women, and instead of that, also she encouraged the citizen of India for making their career in sports, making their career and present represent their nation in front of um, every country, or they can feel proud while taking their own country's name, and country should also feel proud after taking their names. Okay, so these were the qualities for being a successful sportsman, and we have seen that how Mary Kom got successful, and she made a record of 6 times, and she won. She won World Amateur Boxing Champion for the 6th time. Think about it. She was really strong, and she won 6 time World Amateur Boxing Champion, and she was the only woman boxer to have won a medal in each one of the 7 world champions, and she was named as a Magnificent Mary. As this was an interview which was taken by an interviewer, and she asked certain questions to Mary Kom, and she answered so gracefully, and instead of that also she didn't forget to encourage us, so encouraged also, and made a very beautiful thoughts in our mind while reading this chapter also, right? So as how interviewer asked about that, what do you think that women took part in sports proactively or not, she said yes, the women came out of the house and took part in many series and all, but there must be a means it's still a challenge that not everyone came in the sports with a lot being invested. Yeah, it is really immense. In the long way, we need more contribution from we people to get achievement sports, right? And how interviewer asked that, what do you think, it is a predominantly men's activity, boxing is totally dependent on men's domain, what do you think about it? She said what, no, as I have achieved everything, being a woman, and I proved that boxing is not remained only for men's field, but it is also for the women. And how she was inspired by Dinku Singh, Muhammad Ali, and then at last she got inspired by her own achievements and the goals that she set for herself, right? And she also proved that women are not considered as the weaker sex, because many of the women came out of our house, and now they proved in many sector like sports, science, journalism, entrepreneurship, everywhere women are high on the high. And we can't forget our woman first woman president, and many are there whom we cannot forget and along with that, Mary Kom is also a example, a benchmark where we cannot forget anything. And how she trained herself during sports competition, what is her daily routine, it was all discussed in this chapter. How her life is completely changed, right? How her means life completely got changed by keeping all the things, and even and how she wanted to instill some qualities in their children also, and at last she advised the women of our country that we should give our best. Sooner or later everyone will be proud, and you don't have to give up on your thoughts or your passionate. Stay passionate about your things, and later or sooner you will be the proud of the nation. So these were the things which were asked by the interviewer to Mary Kom, and she answered all the things gracefully. Now we'll go through the exercise part. Select the correct option to complete the following statements. First, I promised myself and I proved myself, says Mary Kom. How did she prove herself? What are the things she proved? By playing and defeating men, by being a successful and famous sports person, by looking after her family and her career, by playing a sport that people thought was for men. What she proved? I promised myself and proved myself is by playing a sport that people thought was it for men. What were two difficulties that Mary Kom faced? What were the two difficulties? Being poor and diminutive, being a woman and from village, being physically disabled and poor, yeah, being unwell and uneducated. I think being a woman and she was from the village. That was the being two difficulty that she faced in her beginning of the journey. Okay. What is Mary Com's advice to women? Yes, she advised what? To play sports and aspire to win, to sacrifice their career for their family, to be more self confident, yeah, all of the above. I think it is to be more self confident, yeah. When you will come into a path where you think you can achieve something, then you have to be self motivated and self confident, okay? Now let's move to the question answer. What are Mary Com's most important achievements and what essential lesson has her journey taught her? So her most achievement was that um, she proved that boxing is not just a male dominion thing, right? And one more thing is that she gave her best in all the fields by training herself during Olympics, during sports, and the lesson what she learned from her own essentials efforts, that she was inspired, and she was self motivated by her own journey, and she said that it is the fuel that keeps me goal driven all the time. I think we need to change our attitude towards the sport itself. What does Mary Kom think so? Yeah, because earlier what people think that no, none of the sport is made for women. It was only limited for the men. It was only limited up to the men domain. But after playing all the things after playing boxing, she proved herself and the nation also that it is not up to them, up to the boys, up to the men, but it belongs to girls and the women too. And after that she said what, there in the in this scenario in the recent past, but we still have a long way to go, because there has been a sea of change, but there also need a long way to go. What does Mary feel about excelling in a male dominated field? like uh, she thought that it is really necessary to prove that none of the sport, even the boxing also, is not only remain for the main domain. So she wanted to prove, and she did her best, and she said about that how Grace, by the sheer hard work, she won the bronze medal in 51 kg flyweight event. She did all the things, and from her perspective she break the myth that certain sports are not meant to be taken up by women. This was the myth, right? After achieving her career in boxing, she proved and she break the myth that none of the sports is made for women. What was Mary's inspiration? Her inspiration was Dingo Singh, Muhammad Ali, but her her own career inspired her a lot, and her goals also, because she have a set for means she set the goals for herself and her desire to get more medals for India. How did Mary train herself for the sport? By doing 8 hours practice, training every day, taking a morning, once in the morning, once in the evening, and she also take good care of diet. And she played means the food without having any break, without having means at the fixed time she took that meal, and she never missed that meal. She had her daily meals on time without any fail, and she gave her 100% to any task and that she undertake. What is Mary's advice to other Indian women? Her advice is that the woman should be more confident, and after that she can achieve whatever she want. She said that she should be passionate about something, and should heart beats for it. Like when she want, if any woman wants to be a dancer, then her heart should be there. Like all the things she wanted, how like desperately she want to become a good dancer, that like that she should be more confident about it and more desperate about it, or determined, we can say. So these were the things which were we have seen in the question answers. Mary had to face many hurdles to move towards achieving her dream to become a world champion in boxing. Elaborate this. I think you can do it by yourself. Okay, I want you to do it. Okay, based on your reading about Mary Kom, list the qualities that you think are required to be a successful sportsman person. Support your answer with examples. Now there's also, you have to do it by yourself, like how she trained herself, and what are the meals diet she followed, and after reading this chapter, what were the qualities you think a person should have to become a successful sports person. Okay, now vocabulary. Now you have to match the followings. Okay, take sides. These are the idioms. Okay, these are the idioms. Okay, let's go. First, take sides. What can be the correct answer for take sides? Take sides mean support a person or a group. Okay, get a second wind. It will be the have a burst of energy after tiring. Okay, take side means पच लेना. Get a second wind means दोबारा से energy आना. Win hands down means win easily, आसानी से किसी चीज को जीत लेना. Go to bat for someone, it will be defend someone, मतलब किसी को बचाना. Okay, take the wind out of one sail, it means deflate someone, means किसी का हवा टाइट करना या निकालना. Take the bull by the horns, it will be H. Accept the challenge and try your hardest, means give your best. Challenge accept करने के बाद you have to give your 100%. Start the ball rolling, it means begin something, किसी चीज को शुरुआत करना. Give it your best shot, it means try your hardest. Okay, try your hardest, give your best. And now you have to use these idioms for these blanks. Okay, so let's start that. The opponents had not practiced well. We could what? We could win hands down. Okay, now the sports captain wanted everyone to be seated so that they could dash. They could what? They could take sides. Okay, the coach dash when he told her that Unless she practiced diligently, she could not be a part of the sports team. Now, it will be like take the wind out of one sail, मतलब हवा निकालना, okay? I will dash and make it to the finals. Like I will start the ball rolling. Yeah, I will start the ball rolling. Yeah. I'm sure the coach wouldn't not dash. He is just calling a spade a spade. Means go to bat for someone. I'm sure the coach would not go to bat for someone. He's just calling a spade a spade. Even though getting to play nationals is tough, I think you must, yeah, give it your best shot. The athletes were exhausted after a couple of laps, but they dash after the energy drink. It is very easy, like it is like take the it will be, hold on a second, let me check. Get a second win. Yeah, get a second win. Yeah. Brain, uh, Brian wants to join the swimming club. Mom doesn't like it, but I'm going to take the bull by the horns. Means किसी चीज को invite करना, which is really not a good sign. Okay. Now it's about the grammar. So first I will tell you, you have to find here the verbs from this passage and you have to tell whether the verb is past, present or future. Now you have to find out here, three columns are given and after that you have to find, first of all you have to find the verbs from this paragraph, okay? And after that you have to classify that verb in present tense, in past tense and in future tense. So this completely goes to you, that you have to do it by yourself. Okay, now you have to find out the verb and you have to tell me whether which verb is in present tense, which will be in past tense and which will be in future tense. Okay, now simple present and present continuous tense, you have to read this and after that you have to fill in the blanks. Okay, now look at the two sentences. My grandmother takes a walk every morning. My grandmother is taking a walk now. Now, two sentences is given. Now, tell me the first sentence, which is like a regular activity. Like, my grandmother takes a walk every morning, like, I'm going to school every day. Okay. This is like this things is happening every day regularly, which without any gap, and that says that it is a habit. It is a habit, and that's why it is said to be simple present. When we are using a simple present tense, कब यूज करते हैं? जब कोई भी चीज रेगुलर हो, habitual action, we can say the habit, then we are using simple present. And present continuous tense, when we are using present continuous tense, it means like I'm going to school, means अभी मैं जा रहा हूँ, अभी मैं ये पढ़ रही हूँ. Okay, like just now the thing is taking place. तो just now, एकदम अभी, so then we are using present continuous tense. But some exceptions are here, like some of the verbs which will not have any continuous form, and they are be, have, know, believe, appear, doubt, feel, um, think, and a few other words which does not have any continuous form, means they will not be in a present continuous form. I was thinking, we can say, but I can't say I'm thinking, I am thinking, ऐसा कुछ, ठीक है? Like I am not thinking, ये इसका negative मैं बता रही हूँ. Okay, so they will not take the present continuous form, and this will take only present form, simple present form. जैसे मैं ये बोल रही हूँ, जैसे हैव है ना, तो हैव का हैविंग नहीं हो सकता. आम हैविंग ऐसे कुछ नहीं, वो डायरेक्ट प्रेजेंट, सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस में यूज होगा. सो नाउ यू गॉट द क्लियरिटी अबाउट दिस प्रेजेंट टेंस एंड प्रेजेंट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस. सिंपल प्रेजेंट तब यूज होता है जब कोई हैबिचुअल एक्शन हो. Present continuous means the action which took place just now, जो ले रहा है, then it is said to be in present continuous tense. And this exercises just want you to do it by yourself. Okay, so really, if you will do it by yourself, I'll just appreciate that. Present continuous tense is used with is, are, am and plus ing form. Okay, and one more exercise is here, punctuation, where you have to use comma, inverted comma, full stop, question mark, everything, the capital letter, these all are included in punctuation. You have done it earlier also, so I will request you to complete this all by your own. Wherever you will feel problem, I'll help you, promise I'll help you. You just have to ask me the question. Okay, so this is all about the chapter. I hope you have completed all the exercises and complete the summary of this chapter also. Okay, so have a nice day to all, and bye everyone.